The $75 P-Bass came to me in just the right time. In recent years, making my living as a guitar player, my bass collection has suffered a little bit, whereas bass used to be my main thing. But I still play bass, I still record bass, I still review bass, and it really helps to have some working basses hanging around. So guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Rumblin' Man, and today we're talking about my quest for a working P-Bass, especially as it relates to the Glarry GP Bass, okay? And we're gonna cover a lot in this video, so if you wish to skip to different parts, there are chapter markers in the video description, but I ask you to stick with me because we're gonna talk in depth about Glarry, about the search for a P-Bass, and I'm gonna give you some recommendations as well. So guys, while today's video is like number 7 in a long series of videos, you don't have to watch the entire series to get the gist. In fact, because I'll give you the gist in this video. That said, you are more than welcome to go back and check out the 6 prior videos in the series of my Glarry GP Bass series, which there's a link to that playlist in the description of this video as well. But today we're kind of ending the series with my final comments regarding the Glarry GP Bass and my personal quest for a working P-Bass. Okay, so yeah, that bass came to me, and when I unboxed the Glarry GP Bass for the first time, I sat on my couch and I played it for an hour straight. I didn't do anything but play it for an hour because I was amazed that for the $75 price point that someone could actually put a bass this good together. But because I need all the good basses I can get for studio and live work, I decided from there that I wasn't just content to review the $75 P-Bass and then let it be a $75 P-Bass. I decided I needed to make upgrades to it. So I did one video of upgrades and then another video of upgrades, and then I just kept going and eventually, replaced the neck, the internal wiring, the bridge, and the pickup. A handmade, a very nice boutique pickup by Sonic Pickups. And it became a really cool pimped out bass. But the problem was toward the end of the video series, I kind of discovered, well, there's actually some problems with this wood. It might be cheaper wood. So what I kind of want to do today is kind of identify some preconceived notions and kind of tell you my ultimate opinion of Glarry basses after my research and after my experience owning this one. In the last episode of the GP Bass series, I reviewed the $20 high mass bass bridge from Rondo Music. But in that video, I said, there were fears that because of the cheap wood, that there were fears that the bridge would just split up out of the bass at some point. Well, the thing is, that has never happened. And I don't think it ever will because it's a well-made bridge. And here's the thing, the bass body is a cheaper wood. It's kind of a basswood laminate, you know what I mean? But it is indeed wood, and the screws have stayed in it fine. So the thing is, if you're getting one of these, you're not getting a piece of junk. You can make upgrades to it. But I want to speak about Glarry a little bit as a solid bass itself because honestly, I've thought about this and gone back and forth, but I've got a pretty even perspective on it now. And I want to say that the Glarry basses really aren't that bad because they actually have some pretty good hardware on them. The bridge that came stock on the Glarry, I've got on another bass right now. The tuners, I've got on another bass right now. The strap pegs aren't bad. The hardware that comes on these things is actually okay. And the wood itself, while being cheaper wood, I haven't exactly had problems with it. The only problems I've had have been with wiring and things of that nature. I don't want you to take the comments that I made in that video and say that, it's a waste of bass, because it's not a waste of bass. For $75 or even for, $90 to $100, being able to get a bass of this quality really is an impressive thing. And honestly, the pickup, the original Glarry P-Bass pickup is not bad. You can go back and listen to my original review. I ran direct into a Fender Downtown Express. It sounds pretty good. In fact, I've still got the pickup right here. And at some point, if I come across a P-Bass that has a really bad pickup in it, I'll have no hesitation to throw this Glarry pickup in that bass because the pickup's not bad. Now, it is what it is. It is cheaper wood, and I do have one complaint about the Glarrys, and that's that the GP bass that I played, the neck is just really thick, really chunky neck. It's a lot chunkier than a regular precision bass. It's more like a baseball bat, you know what I mean? And in that regard, if you don't have very large hands, then I would say, well, if you're going to learn on one, put a different neck on it or get something else to learn on. That said, it doesn't make it useless. I mean, I did sit around and play it for, hours on end, okay? So just because it has a chunky neck doesn't mean the bass sucks. So everything on it is going to be affordable end stuff. It's going to be affordable hardware, affordable electronics. But what I want to tell you today is after my experience with it, it's really not a bad product. And you can make upgrades. It's a decent modding platform. And now if you look at Glarry's website, they have all kinds of different basses available. They have a PJ, they've got 5 strings, there's a fretless GP, there's a jazz. And I hope to, try more of them in the future. I hope to review more in the future. In fact, I'm planning on it. So plan on seeing another Glarry at some point here on the Rumblin' Man channel. But I've really learned a lot through this process, and I want to give a couple quick shout outs just to some people who have helped me. Number one, big shout out to my friend Jeff. Jeff is my local friend and guitar tech. He's a guitar collector and tech in this area. He helps a lot of people, has a great collection of guitars and basses, and does a great job. So thank you, Jeff. And number two, a big thanks to my friend Low End Lobster, a fellow YouTuber. You've probably heard me mention him before because we work together a lot. He's actually been a lot of help to my channel. So make sure you check out Lobster's channel too. He's actually teaching me a lot about setup and wiring right now. Things that I need to know how to do, right? Because I've always been able to play. I can produce music. I get on my computer and do these complex things with different arrangements and stuff, but when it comes to the actual technical workings, I've never been good at that end, but I'm learning, and so that's going to be great. So here's the Glarry body as it is right now. I'm just kind of experimenting with it. I want to tweak it because there was a buzz of some kind of grounding problem that I'm trying to get to the bottom of, and then after that, probably put some kind of neck on this thing, maybe put the original neck back on. I think I have it here somewhere. And from there, either keep it or sell it, because I've taken some of the parts that we used in the video series and I am putting them together on a new bass project, okay? And so that's kind of where we go from the Glarry GP Bass series. It's going to be kind of a Frankensquire. Really, you can have a decent bass with a Glarry. You can have a decent modding platform. So while there are realities I want you to be aware of, it's really not a bad product. And by the way, the things I'm saying right now, just to preface, Glarry did not ask me to say any of this. I came to these conclusions on my own, just based on further research. But the other day, I was frustrated because I had the Glarry GP Bass project as it was, with the rondo neck and everything, and as cool as that was, just something felt lacking to me. I've had flat wounds on it, round wounds, go on. And I just kind of got to the point of frustration where I was like, I'm just not, this particular project isn't going well. I can't get rid of the buzz from the electronics. What's going on? So out of frustration, here's what I did. I actually had a non-working Squire bass, an old Affinity P bass. And I really loved the color. And also another shout out to my friend Ed, my close friend Ed, who actually gave me the old Squire P bass to use the body. I really loved the color, but the neck had an issue. There was a strip in the truss rod to where the truss rod could no longer be adjusted, and the action was very high, unplayable. So I was actually like taking a shower or something the other day, and it dawned on me, bing, to put the two together, right? So I actually took the neck off of the Glarry project, took the neck off the Squire, and then I put the rondo neck on the Squire body. And I didn't know if I would like how it looked. I didn't know if it would like it at all. But the funny thing is, once I did that and then, wound the strings back up and stood back and took a look at it, what I saw was a thing of beauty. What came together was just this really beautiful P bass with the maple and the red. It just looked great. And then I sat down to play it, and there's some buzz that I'm trying to get rid of and stuff, but it feels great in your hands. It's not as lightweight as the Glarry was. It just feels really nice to play. So basically what I've done with it was the bridge that had been on it before. First thing to address was to get rid of the old bridge, because this is it. And it is very rusty, very small, very lame, danky old bridge. So I didn't have another good bridge laying around. So what I did was I actually took the original bridge from the original Glarry bass. So it's got a Glarry bridge on it right now. Probably upgrade their bridge at some point, but honestly, the Glarry bridge is fine. And by the way, the tuners on the headstock of the neck, they're the original Glarry tuners, and they're fine. So the Glarry hardware, it doesn't suck. I mean, it's cheaper in, but it's fine. You know what I mean? From there, I couldn't get rid of some buzz that I was dealing with in the frets, so I decided, okay, well, I'm gonna level the frets. So I got my equipment out, and I leveled the frets on the bass neck, and it helped the problem a little bit, but I still need some more help with adjustments, so I'm gonna go see Jeff. I now have a boutique pickup on the way, and it's a P-bass pickup that I'm very excited about, that I'm really looking forward to demoing, and that I really want you to hear. So please make sure you're subscribed to the Rumblin' Man channel so that you will see my review of this pickup when it comes out. I also didn't really like the old speed knobs that were on this bass, so I took them off and I ordered some black P-bass knobs that I put on there, and then I've also ordered some black strap pegs, as it does not have strap pegs on it. And this is just going to be a really sweet bass, and I'm really looking forward to it. So some of the videos you see on my channel, we might not do like a full series on it, or then again we might. It just depends on what I come across. But a lot of the videos you'll see on my channel, different bass parts and stuff, are going to be adding to this P bass, and I just kind of want to make this my P bass. And so hopefully my quest for a great working P bass ends with a few additions to this Franken-Squire bass. So anyway, I just wanted to comment because, you know, I don't want the series behind us to look like it's a knock to Glarry. And I also don't want it to look like it's saying, yeah, Glarrys are really great and there's no problems, dude. Get this over a classic vibe. Because it's really neither. It's really in the middle. It's not a bad product, but it's also not a classic vibe. So guys, what do you think I should do with this Glarry body? What do you think I should do with this Franken-Squire P bass? I'm not on a lot of budget, but I can do little things here and there, and I really need some good playing basses in my arsenal, so I appreciate your chatting with me in the comments. Also, again, big thanks to Lobster, big thanks to Ed, big thanks to Jeff. Also, a quick shout out to Kevin Toole, the author of the Terminator bass. That Terminator bass is coming my way, and we're going to review the EMG pickups in it. Kevin also is the author of Riot Beard Company. They make amazing beard products, which I have in my beard right now. If your beard needs a little help, you really need to try Riot Beard Co.'s products. So I have a link in the description to Kevin and Riot Beard Co. as well. Okay, so we have a lot of fun on the Rumbling Man channel. I'm so blessed, you know, that through this channel, I've been able to make so many great friends and so many great relationships. You know, Alan Brown, Chris Volpini, just a lot of great guys out there. A lot of you have entered my patron program, and on Patreon, we have 8 patrons right now who are literally helping me finance just being able to do this at all. And I just wanted to say thank you and that I really appreciate you guys. And feel free to keep contributing. Feel free to hit me up on social media. If you like this video today, go and give me a thumbs up. Go on and subscribe to the Rumbling Man channel. And links are in the description to all the stuff we talked about, okay? So God bless you guys. Thanks so much for viewing today. And I will catch you on the next video, all right? So be blessed and peace out.